more short video I'd like to make about the new modern marriage. The new modern marriage of today is a new kind of marriage where the husband and the wife are legally married in the eyes of God. They are legally married in the eyes of God. So they're legally married in the eyes of God. And they have kids together. But here's the thing, if you want to say. Here's the thing. They are legally married, and they're husband and wife, but they're just living in separate houses. She lives in her house. He lives in his house. He lives in his house. She lives in her house. She comes, visits him. He comes, visits her. The kids are with him 1 week. The sons and daughters are with him 1 week. The other week, the sons and daughters are with her. The sons and daughters are with her 1 week. And then the other week, their sons and daughters are with him. And they're, the kids. So one day the kids are living at their house. The next week, the kids are living with him at his house. 1 week, the sons and daughters are living with him at his house. The next week, the sons and daughters are living with her at her house. She comes, visits him at his house. He comes, visits her at her house. And the kids visit her at their house. And the kids visit him at his house. The kids visit him at his house. And then the kids visit her at her house. And so she visits him at his house. And he visits her at her house. She visits her at his house. And he visits her at her house. But they both live in separate houses. And there are reasons it could be some physical condition with one or two of them. It could be some kind of financial difficulty. And so this is nothing to joke about, nothing to laugh. I mean, I don't laugh at this. I don't think it's funny. And if anyone that does think it's funny, well, okay, they think it's funny, but I don't. I mean, there are people like me trying to save a perfectly good relationship if we can. Save a perfectly good marriage if we can. Save a perfectly good marriage. Save a perfectly good relationship. And so this is the best way that I can probably do that. And I happen to treasure, like, if I ever met the girl of my dreams, I would marry her. I would marry the girl of my dreams if I ever met her, and I'd like to have my own sons and daughters with her. I like to marry the girl of my dreams if I found her. If I found the girl of my dreams, and if I can marry her, then I will marry her. And if I can have sons and daughters with her, I'll have sons and daughters with her. I'll have sons and daughters with her if I can have sons and daughters with her. I will have my own sons and daughters with her. It's just she'll be living in her house. I will be living in my house. I will be living in my house. She will be living in her own house. We won't be living in the same house. And I'm hoping that's only for about 5 years. And then we'll be living together, hopefully, with the sons and daughters. But then she can come visit me at my house with the sons and daughters. And I can go and visit her house with her sons and daughters. With the sons and daughters, I visit her at her house. And with the sons and daughters, she will visit me at my house. I can visit her and the sons and daughters with her. She will visit me with the sons and daughters. She will come visit me at my house. And so this is a kind of it's a relationship that it's a new modern marriage that seems to really be catching on. I just found it on YouTube just today, and I'm really intrigued with it, and I really wish it the best of luck. I really hope it really takes off real well, and I hope it takes off real flight. They say that about 2 million Canadians are now living this way. 2 million Canadians have adopted this new lifestyle where they're married, but for some reason, if they cannot live in the same house together because of something a physical condition with one of the spouses or both of them, or if it's some kind of financial problem, then he'll live in his house, she will live in her house. She will live in her house, he will live in her house. She will come visit him, he will come visit her. She will visit him, and he will visit her. And the kids will one day come to his house for a week. And then the sons and daughters will visit her house for 1 week. So she'll take care of the sons and daughters at her house for 1 week. And then the next week, the sons and daughters will go to be with the husband for 1 week and live in his house, and they take turns to rotate, and this is what my idea is. And so they have kids, they have their sons and daughters, so like for instance, we would have our sons and daughters. We would have our own sons and daughters. It's just that for now, we'd not be living in the same house together. She'd have her house, I'd have my house. I'd have my own house, she'd have her house. But then hopefully that day comes in about 5 years when I don't need to live in my mother's house no more. I can live in the house with her and the sons and daughters.